As promised, in this video I am going to show you how you can style the nested list that we created in the previous video. So if you haven't seen that, you will find the link in the description. In this video I am going to show you how you can transform this list from this to this, and then from this to this. Now this is our navigation list, so I am going to open the index.js file and move the array of items into a separate module and import the items using the import statement. This will make our code look nicer and cleaner. I have already prepared this file with a large list of items just to illustrate the importance of having a dynamic navigation list. So the first step is to select our UL container and add a class name to it. I will name it UL style. Next, I will create a style.css file and create the UL style class. Next, in our function, I will set the style property max height of our UL container to 0vh and set the overflow property to hidden. And then I will select the div element and listen to the click event by adding an event listener. And in the event handler, we will set the max height to 100 VH if the current value is 0, and set it 0 if the current value is 100. And finally, I will add the UL style class to the list container. So we will start by selecting the navigation div and then set the background color. Next, set the width of the navigation section. For me, it will be 300 pixels. Next, select the nav header div and set the display property to flex and center the content. And then we will set the height to 80 pixels and the font size to 30 pixels and the font weight to bold. And then we set the header's color. And finally, I will set the bottom border to 5 pixels thick, solid, and set the color. Now I will select the nav list section and set the overflow property to scroll and the height to 80 VH. Next, I will style the UL list. So I will set the style of our list to none. This will remove all the bullet points. And I will set the left padding to 15 pixels and the cursor to pointer and the user select to none. Next we will style the list items. So I will set the min height to 25 pixels and the font size to 16 pixels and the color to RGB 575 and 180. Next, I will style the div content inside the list item. So I will set the font weight to bold and the height to 25 pixels. And then I will set a transition effect for the margin left property. Next we will style the div when hovered. So we want to shift this element to the right by 10 pixels. And finally, I will style the anchor tags inside the list items. So I will set the text color first. And then I will set the text decoration to none. And set the font weight to bold. And then I will set a transition effect for the margin left property, like we did for the div. And then I will style the anchor tag when hovered. So I want the text to be the same. And the margin left to be 10 pixels. Now I will style the visited state of our anchor tag. So basically, I don't want to see any color change if the link is visited. And finally, I will style the active state of the anchor tag. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, please support me by hitting the like button and subscribing.